Hey everyone, welcome to another installment of Harry Potter Theory. I come to you with news regarding the upcoming Harry Potter TV series. I'll kick things off with the update and then I'll dive into some more details of the project for those who are interested. Following the Emmy Awards last week, HBO's CEO and chairman Casey Bloys provided some fresh new details regarding the upcoming and highly anticipated series. And perhaps the biggest takeaway from Bloys' comments was an update on the series' expected release window. While Warner Bros. CEO David Zaslav had previously hinted at a 2025 premiere, Bloys shared that the timeline has been pushed back. The network is now targeting a release somewhere between late 2026 and 2027. However, he did also stress that this is just an estimate, and that the project is still in the early stages of development, with writers only just beginning their work. This is both good and bad news. The bad news is that there is no TV show on the recent horizon, but the good news is that this is a clear indication that Warner and HBO are taking their time creating the show. Over the years, we've seen many Harry Potter-related projects crash due to rushed productions, and this is not limited to film-related projects, as the games have been famously bad over the years. A few years ago, however, we got Hogwarts Legacy, perhaps the greatest Harry Potter game yet. And the commonality here is that this HBO series, just like Hogwarts Legacy, is being pushed back. I'd rather wait for something amazing than have something mediocre in the short term. The churning out of subpar Star Wars productions in recent years is something that HBO and Warner can learn from. This news follows the recent casting announcement for the show that was posted on the official Harry Potter Instagram page. Open casting call for children to play the roles of Harry Potter, Hermione Granger, and Ron Weasley in the upcoming HBO original series adaptation of Harry Potter. During his interview, Bloys also cleared up some misconceptions surrounding said casting call. After it was announced, rumors began circulating that production would begin in April 2025. However, Bloys clarified that this April deadline is related to the actors' ages rather than a confirmed filming starting date. There's been no official production date announced. I think the April discussion was more about the age range of the young actors, not when production will actually begin, he explained. Bloys also added that, despite the early stage of the project, he is very happy and excited with the progress made so far, specifically in reference to the work that Francesca Gardner and Mark Mylod have achieved. From here, I'm going to get into some details of the project, pilot, director, writer, etc., so if you're already up to speed, then that's the relevant news for today. At the end of June, Francesca Gardner was appointed as showrunner, writer, and producer of the project. At the same time, Mark Mylod was appointed as director and producer. Francesca is a British screenwriter who has recently found the spotlight through her success in a variety of popular new shows. She's already established herself as a talented writer, earning her 2 Emmy wins and 1 Emmy nomination. And from the sounds of things, she's a Harry Potter fan. Can't really go wrong there. Mark Mylod is a British director and producer who has made a significant impact in the world of television and film through his work on numerous critically acclaimed projects. His innovative directing style and storytelling prowess have earned him recognition as one of the industry's most versatile directors. The most encouraging part out of all of this, however, is that J.K. Rowling has already vetted the pair. At the end of the day, she is the original creator of the story, and she, above anyone else, wants to preserve the sanctity of the Wizarding World. We as fans may not want the Wizarding World's image to be tarnished, but I imagine she really doesn't. And it sounds like Mark and Francesca are off to a good start, with their pilot script being approved by Rowling. This means that we've got a good writer, good director, the original executive producer, David Heyman, and because it's going to be in a TV show format, we've got way more real estate to recreate the original books. I think you'll be delighted to hear that as far as the reboot, no expenses will be spared. According to sources, HBO has allocated a whopping $250 million for the production of the new series, a budget even higher than HBO's House of the Dragon. With that much money, they're going to be able to do some amazing things. Which brings me to casting. Like I mentioned earlier, casting has just begun for the roles of Harry, Ron, and Hermione in the series. The post reads, HBO Original Harry Potter, UK Open Casting Call. Open casting call for children to play the roles of Harry Potter, Hermione Granger, and Ron Weasley in the upcoming HBO original series adaptation of Harry Potter. This is super encouraging news as it's a definitive step towards the actual production of the show. I also believe this casting call in particular is crucial to the show's success, as the selected actors will be part of the entire journey spanning across all of the books, aging alongside the show. This also means that pretty soon we're probably going to start getting news of the casting decisions for the adult roles in the series. There's been a lot of speculation out there as far as which actors would be good replacements for the originals, so I'd be interested to see if any of these predictions come true. Here's a quick look at some of the fan favourites for Hagrid, Snape and Dumbledore. With the recent passing of Robbie Coltrane, who played Hagrid over the course of the Harry Potter films, it brings a somber element to Hagrid's recasting. One thing to hold on to, however, is that I imagine Robbie Coltrane himself would be supportive of Hagrid's legacy being continued. One potential candidate for Hagrid could be Nick Frost, British actor, writer and comedian, who is perhaps best known for his work with director Edgar Wright and actor Simon Pegg. Another viable option is Mark Addy, an English actor best known for his role as Dave in The Full Monty and King Robert Baratheon in Game of Thrones. My top choice, however, is Greg Draven, who does an expert impersonation of Hagrid and actually portrayed Hagrid in the Magical Creatures motorbike adventure ride. I was familiarized with Greg when some friends of mine bought me one of his cameos for my birthday. The best part, Greg knew Robbie Coltrane. I think he'd smash the role. Severus Snape, Potions Master, tormentor of Harry and Lily Lover, was one of the most iconic grey characters in all of film, and was expertly played by the late Alan Rickman. Snape is my favourite character in Harry Potter, so this is a tough one for me to move past. However, the name that I've seen everywhere thus far is Adam Driver, which from a voice, looks and age standpoint would actually fit the 32-year-old Severus Snape. That's his age in Harry's first year. The only problem is that Adam Driver isn't British, and I would have to see some really good examples of his voice work to make any further comments on his casting. Next up, we've got Benedict Cumberbatch. He's loosely the right age, he's an amazing actor, he's got the right range, and he even has a demonstrated ability to do Snape's voice, as shown on Jimmy Fallon. However, Cumberbatch might also be an excellent Voldemort, Tom Riddle. Another option to consider is Tom Hiddleston, who plays Loki in the Avengers films. Dumbledore. Albus Dumbledore was Hogwarts headmaster and the most powerful wizard in the wizarding world. He was originally played by actor Richard Harris, but after Harris tragically passed away in 2002, the role was reprised by actor Michael Gambon. Sadly, Gambon has also recently passed away, marking another great loss for the Harry Potter community. I suspect there may be a strong temptation from Warner Bros. To cast Jude Law, who played Albus Dumbledore in Fantastic Beasts. However, I personally think that Law may still be too young for the role. One popular pick for Dumbledore that I saw floating around online was Brian Cox, one of the stars of HBO's hit show Succession. Cox is a 75-year-old classically trained Shakespearean actor with an incredibly wide range in terms of acting ability. He's got the right look, and I think he's about the right age. Lastly, there's the option of Jared Harris, Richard Harris's son. Personally, I think he'd absolutely smash the role, but unfortunately, it seems he's already expressed little interest in the project. I'll leave you with all of that for today, and I'll be sure to update you as and when more news on the project is released. Until next time, remember, it does not do to dwell on dreams and to forget to live.